Hello, and welcome to my worm bin. This is my giant 40-gallon tote that holds a great number of worms. As you can see, I have lined that portion with some greens and some fresh dry bedding. These worms have a good amount of bedding underneath as well. But I wanted to come in here and give them a treat, try to entice them up to the top and feed on fresh food. I'm sure there'll be a good number of them feeding on the food that came over with them. There was a few apples and corn cob bits. We have to let the system dry a little bit before we can we don't have to let this system, but I wanted to get some fresher food over here. Let's peel them back. There's a good amount of wormies just chilling right underneath the bubble wrap. They may be looking for some moisture. I am going to spray the outsides of the bin, but I wanted to come in here and give them some fresh watermelon. This is not frozen, this is fresh watermelon. And these are fresh strawberries. But these wormies, unfortunately, came from a bin that was a little saturated, to say the least. Please go back in my channel and check out Disaster in My Worm Bin. It was a 3-part series. I hope I broke it up well and wasn't edited very well. I was a little heartbroken, a little upset with myself for not checking the amount of water in the catchment, but the bin was getting so darn heavy, which may be an ultimate problem with my 40-gallon bin. I ultimately wanted to make this 40-gallon. Sorry guys, there's a helicopter flying overhead. I actually shut down some of the fans in here so that you'd be able to hear me better, in hopes of having a better quality video. But yeah, still got the medevac copters flying overhead. So yeah, the wormies are in for a treat today. They got some fresh watermelon there and some fresh strawberries. Let me cover that back up because I'm sure they're getting upset about the light. They've been traumatized enough. Looks like the castings on the top of this is drying out pretty good. That's good. I don't have any fans on this system. A good amount of hamster bedding underneath, so that's why I was worried, and I want to get in here with some moisture as well as some fresh food. I think I'm going to move some of these. No, I think I'm going to keep them. Yeah, I'm going to feed over here in this pocket. There is some eggshell grit, and oh, there's some wormies under there. You know what? I'm going to put a little layer of cardboard in there for them. So welcome to my feeding. I know it's a little dark. We're going to work on getting some better lighting. I got the tripod over there, but it just ain't cutting. So as I said in part 2, these wormies did get a layer of greens, and they did get some cardboard to help dry them out. They're sitting on a bunch of pet bedding that was kind of moistened. So I'm going to put this there in hopes of catching some of the coldness and stuff from the frozen fruit that I have. Not gonna go crazy in the bin. Just give them some fresh blackberries, some cucumber and some cucumber, more cucumber peels, blackberries, I don't want any long-term stuff, so no banana peels this run. Just stuff to give them some moisture. And the way I'm gonna feed this bin is a flow type setup. I got some broccoli, cauliflower here that I think might be it for the bin. Yeah, I don't want to go too heavy on the feeding. They've been tortured enough, so got some apples for next time, some banana peels for next time. They've got an eggshell grit, and they already got their worm chow and seashell stuff as grit. I'm going to cover that feeding up. Keep the fruit flies down. I didn't see any caterpillars, so I must have did a good job at going through the greens that I put in here. So that's all the paper I'm putting in. Like I said, the whole bottom of this bin is loaded with paper. The water. So yes, I pre-saturated the bedding that was in there, and the wormies came over and pretty. I wouldn't say saturated. The bedding that's underneath was wet. So we're starting out here at 60 ounces, I think that is. Yeah, oh, that's 600. 600 ounces. So, just gonna wet down stuff around the perimeter of the bin. Want to make sure that the wormies have substantial amounts of moisture. The bedding underneath was wet when they came over, but yeah, I want to make sure that they have enough moisture to breathe and try to get some of this paper wet so that they can start to process it. They have a harder time processing dry paper, but we're not putting any ice cubes in these systems as of yet. So just wet down the cardboard so that they can process it. Give them some water around the outside. This is, again, a big system. And yeah, they'll be happier to eat wet greens over dry greens. Some of those greens are cabbage greens. Most of it's baby leaf and romaine. So they had a pretty traumatic ending there. I think all the ice cubes that I wasn't, actually I only did 2 or 3 or 5 ice cubes over the last week because it was actually getting cooler here, and I was staying on the cooler side of things according to the thermocouples and the castings. But somehow or another, yeah, we flooded the bin, and now that I've got the bin out of let's see where we are. I need to water the plant. So we were at here, so we got about 15 ounces of water into this bin, and we're gonna call it stopping there. They got enough water to breathe. They got fresh food, they got frozen food. The wormies should be all happy. They already got their amendments of chow, so this is the first feeding of this bin. The worms in here, however, are getting their 25th feeding of their life, and I think we're about 6 months old with them. July, yeah, 6 months, 7 months. I think I got them in October and November, right around November. Alright, so welcome to my, thank you for coming to visit the worm bin feeding, number 25 for the worms, but number 1 for this bin. Please hit that subscribe. We're getting close to 50, and we might be able to do some live actions once we hit 50. Hit that thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.